your channel in even more ways. Introduce, manage, and moderators. These users have the same capabilities as standard moderators, but in addition, they can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and read the freedoms of America here in Costilla County, here in Conejos, here in the San Luis Valley. I am an American, and because I am an American, they say, or so they say, I am supposed to have a bunch of freedoms. Now, I wrote all the freedoms down. I got a right to an appeal, a right to be heard at any court proceeding, the right to be informed of the process for enforcing compliance with the Victims' Rights Act, the right to be heard by phone or similar technology when a victim cannot appear in court. So, a lot of freedoms, right? And then I combined America's freedoms with Colorado's freedoms. So it's not just, the few freedoms, the right for a list of prospective jurors. In CRCP Rule 24C1, upon the request of the defendant or the prosecution in advance of the commencement of the trial, the defendant or the prosecution shall be furnished with a list of prospective jurors who will be subject to call in the trial. The right to be heard by phone or similar technology when the victim cannot appear in court. Let's see, the right to an appeal, the right to a fair and consistent 10-step felony criminal procedure. Number 1, arrest, summons. 2, bail bond hearing. It's Rule 3, 4, and 5. Rule 46, advisement of charges. Rule 5, preliminary hearing. Rule 5, dispositional hearing. Rule 5, arraignment. Rule 10, motions. Hearing. Rule 12, pretrial readiness conference. Rule 16, the right to jury instructions. A party who desires instructions shall tender his proposed instructions to the court in duplicate, the original being unsigned. All instructions shall be submitted to the parties who shall make all objections thereto before they're given to the jury. Rule 30 CRCP. The right to be tried by a jury of 12. That's Rule 23 CRCP. Every person accused of a felony has the right to be tried by a jury of 12. The right to a secure waiting room in court. The right to be informed of when the convict is going to be released or escapes from jail or is pardoned. The right to consult with the prosecution prior to a disposition or a trial. So there's a couple of them, right? That's a good beginning there. Let's see, the right to a democratic republic. I'm going to take a quick little break there, but America has freedoms, 100 freedoms at least. How many freedoms can you name? Which of these is not part of North America, Canada, Greenland, or Brazil? What name is given to a photograph that you take of yourself to post on social media? How old was Mary, Queen of Scots, when she became queen? 6 days, 6 years, or 60 years old? What part of speech denotes a person, place, or thing? Queer rises. True or false? What is the shape of the course that a horse race takes place on? Circle, oval, or rectangle? We're going to get back to those in just a quick shake of a lamb's tail. So America. So we're supposed to have all these rights and freedoms, right? A right to a jury trial, a right to a jury trial, right to, a subpoena. And we have all these freedoms and rights that combine both America and Colorado's freedoms. So that means we have over 100 American freedoms. We have over 100 freedoms. And that's pretty remarkable because I can't stand George Washington, but at least that son of a bitch realized that a republic is better than a monarchy. Even a fucking empire, like a monarchy. I know we could have, I got 2 ideas. Let's have a government of the people, by the people, for the people, and we have elections and we're allowed to, vote every year. Or we'll just have that asshole over there. That asshole over there is going to be in charge. Old Bill Squill. I remember Joey kept on calling Billy old Bill Squill. What's going on, Bill Squill? Huh, Bill Squill? And it was kind of like, why are you being so cruel, man? The right to jury instructions. A party who desires instructions shall tender his proposed instructions to the court in duplicate, the original being unsigned. All instructions shall be submitted to the parties who shall make all objections thereto before they are given to the jury. All instructions shall be submitted to the parties. I didn't get the instructions until the day of the trial. And so they had a whole year to make all the objections that they want to make to, the instructions that I had proposed. And why not censor instructions? Why not do both of them? The one side wants these instructions and this side wants to do these instructions. If they don't contradict each other, do them both. A lot of these are victims' rights in Colorado, 24, 4.1, 302.5. But what's important is that you have the preamble, right? You got the preamble to the Constitution, and you also got the preamble to both Colorado and America. We say we have a right. Here, let me tell you, this is the point of America. What do we do in America? We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. So we got 50 states, and we got 14 colonies, and we got 900 military bases. So how do we make that a more perfect union? We should get a hold of the military bases. Just kind of, hey, military base over there in Malaysia. Hey, military base in Cameroon. What you guys up to, huh? They should post like a YouTube or something to update every fucking month. Article 2, Section 1 says that all political powers vested and derived from the people, all government of right originates from the people. It's founded upon their will only and is instituted for the good of the whole. So let's go back to the United States. So we need to form a more perfect union. And what else? Well, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. That's the preamble. That's the preamble to the U.S. Constitution. So let's do that again, okay? Because that's really, really goddamn important. Why do we have a government? Why is the federal government established? Not only are we trying to make the 900 military bases and 14 colonies in 50 states more perfect, but we're establishing justice. We're also ensuring domestic tranquility. Doesn't that sound nice? Hey, are you happy? Are you satisfied? Nah, man. I'm tranquilized. I am just, I love this so much that I am so happy and satisfied. There's just a nice domestic tranquility, just a Pax Americana, a Pax Smile-Acana, a Pax Happiness-Acana, all across, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty. We provide for the common defense pretty good, right? To the tune of what, $1 trillion fucking dollars. So we provide for the common defense, we provide for the Army, the Navy, the ATF, and all the rest of them. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice. So when you wake up in the morning, if you're like, I'm proud to be an American, Lincoln says we need to have reverence for the laws. So, okay, am I going to provide for the common defense? Well, our government's doing that. Maybe I'll just promote the general welfare. So how do you promote the general welfare? Well, that's what Michelle Obama is doing, right? Welfare. Hey, I want you to eat right and exercise. I mean, that's pretty much all there is. Now, I want to compare and contrast to Colorado's preamble. So what do we got? We got 5 things here, right? We got 5 things. And what do we got? What do we got? Do I just click on the off button? How does this turn off and on? I guess so. So, the right to be informed about restorative justice practices, the right to be informed and present for all critical stages of the criminal justice system. Brazil is in South America. Selfie, 6 days. Her father died shortly after her birth. Mary, Queen of Scots, became the queen after 6 days. Well, she is 6 days young. She is 6 days young, you son of a bitch. Noun. What part of speech denotes a person, place, or thing? Not a verb, not a direct object. Cool air rises. False, you son of a bitch. Warm air rises. Remember, I got that question wrong because I wrote heat. What rises? I said warm air, and she said heat, or I said heat, and she said warm air. Nope, not warm air. It's heat. Oval. Horse races. Horses have to run in an oval. It's the law. It's the law. Okay, so compare and contrast Colorado's preamble. So if you wake up and you say, okay, I want to be a good American. So, man, how are we going to, combine, make a more perfect union? So I'm going to write, letters to the military bases in Malaysia hey guys, what's going on? Are you, there's with the Vietnam, I saw that there is combined action patrols, combined action units. I really like that. Are you doing good things, infrastructure, water projects, hospitals, libraries? Those would be the things that I want in America. More hospitals, more libraries, and more, houses for the homeless. So are you building, infrastructure? Are you building things for the longevity? Even though the damn, Roman and Spanish conquistadors were fucking shitty as fuck, they built aqueducts and they had canals. So compare and contrast, Colorado is the exact same thing with America. If we wake up today and we say we're going to establish justice, we're being good Coloradans. If we wake up today and say we're going to establish justice, we're being good Americans. Ensure domestic tranquility. Yep, that's the same thing. Provide for the promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberties to ourselves and for posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the state of Colorado. The only difference, so we have 5 things in common. Colorado has 5 things in common with the federal government. Establish justice, ensure tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, secure the blessings of liberty. So justice, tranquility, common defense, general welfare, liberty. But in order to form a more independent and perfect government, so a more independent and perfect government, this reflects our federalist system perfect. So whereas the United States of America is trying to keep us all together, the state of Colorado is trying to be as independent and free as Colorado could possibly be. So instead of thinking of America as the republic that you live in, you should think of your state as the republic that you live in. And then America is a collection of the republics, the 50 republics plus whatever the colonies and the military bases are. So we the people with a profound reverence, listen to this first sentence, we the people of Colorado with profound reverence for the supreme ruler of the universe in order to form a more independent, perfect government. So profound reverence for the supreme ruler, is that God? Is that the spaghetti monster? Is that is that Allah? Is that George Carlin? George Carlin is my supreme ruler of the universe. George Carlin can rule over my universe whenever he feels like it. They're actually not saying God, so that was actually a compromise. That was a compromise. Way back when. The right to a strong criminal code, that's Haiti's constitution. It's also victims' rights. Nobody's allowed to rape. Nobody's allowed to rob. Nobody's allowed to assault. No sexual assaults. No physical assaults. Nobody's allowed to run a house of child prostitution. You can't run a house of child prostitution. You also cannot, murder, rape. The right to a strong criminal code, the right to be informed about restorative justice practices, the right to be informed and present for all critical stages of the criminal justice system, the right to be informed of the availability of financial assistance and community services for victims, the right to obtain the incident recording, the right to a background check of the accuser and witnesses. Rule 16A1 reads, the prosecuting attorney shall make available to the defense the following material and information which is within the possession or control of the prosecuting attorney and shall provide duplicates upon request. And concerning the pending case, any record of prior criminal convictions of the accused, any co-defendant, or any person the prosecuting attorney intends to call as a witness in the case. It's Rule 16.8. Attorney General v. Times, News Times, 1906, appeal dismissed. The right to speak. The right to speak, even on courts and judges, the growth of constitutional liberty, Okay, so I'm going to take a break. But we're only on 70, and I'm going backwards. So we still have another 70 freedoms left. Another 70 freedoms left, and actually I haven't even got to the natural freedoms. Right to self-defense, and all the rest of them. So actually I might cheat you out of 12 here. I wrote 100. I'll get you another 12 freedoms. Don't you worry, America. I'm going to get you another 12 freedoms.